Hey there, welcome to the premiere episode of Bird's Eye Interview, and I could think of nobody better that I'd like to have as my first guest on the show is Mayor Thom Dionne. So Tom, real quick, let me give you an idea of what this is about. You like Reese's, right?
Absolutely.
Well, my two favorite things, in my broadcast career, my favorite thing about it was interviewing people. I always like talking to people. And now that I fly drones, somebody suggested, why don't you start interviewing people while you're flying the drone? And I was like, well, what fun would that be? Well, now they have these goggles. You can get a bird's eye view of some cool things, and we'll have a little interview. So it's like Reese's and peanut butter. So
let's do it.
Of course, you're the mayor of Utica, so we're going to look at some areas in Utica. We're going to take a look at some of the development you got going on here. We're going to take a look at Jimmy John's Field, but not to be accused of throwing softball questions. This is where we're going to put the drone in the air, and then that's when the real grilling is going to start.
I'm ready. Let's go.
The tough questions for Mayor Thom Dionne.
Let's do it.
All right. So go ahead and put this on. And so I must not have turned it on.
Nothing yet?
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay, so you're looking at some of the Epler students track and field there?
Yep.
So Utica's been in the news a lot lately because of some of the changes that have been proposed in Utica. And Tom, as we're looking at, we're going to go a little higher. As we go a little higher and take a look at this this land that's going to be used, what's the idea? Tell us a little bit about what the idea is to put on this land here.
Okay, so if you see where the dirt goes up to where there's a fence line, this area south of that is, with the south being at the bottom of the picture and the north being at the top of the picture, towards the fence line here and going south, that's going to be an area that's right now proposed, well, not even proposed, but it's in the process of being developed into Pioneer Park. And Pioneer Park is approximately 11.5 acres. And within that, there's going to be a 1 acre dog park. And a dog park, about 1 acre, is about the size of a football field. In addition, there's going to be green space recreational and improved.
That's going to be part of an Eagle Scout project, or?
Well, it initially started off, the conversation started off with the Eagle Scout project. The Eagle Scout, actually, his name is Charlie Boris, and he is a senior, I think he's a junior at Utica High School. And he brought the idea to council, and as well as the DDA, and everyone liked the idea of him doing it, but the budget was like around $30,000. And it turns out a dog park to this magnitude runs us probably close to around $500,000. So he's going to actually help us make some of the structures for the dogs to hurdle or play on top of, and like a dog play area, or I should say like an obstacle course for the dogs.
Lots of questions about what you're going to do with the city buildings. Talk a little bit about that. That's what everybody really wants to know. The idea is to sell the city buildings and move everything over here to where the packing plant used to be.
Yeah,
Talk on that.
So kind of a multifold concept here. Where the City Hall buildings sit currently right now, which is south of us, right on Auburn Road, those buildings have been there for many years, and they are kind of falling into disrepair. They currently sit on what I would consider, many people consider, valuable property. They are adjacent to the river, they're right on Auburn Road, right in the downtown development area, and they are not producing any tax revenue for the city because obviously they're city buildings. The concept is that if you look further going north here on your picture, where that concrete pad is, that area there is what I would like to see, and several other residents would like to see, is developed to our municipal building area. And we could make our new municipal complex there, which would contain our police department, our library, and our city hall.
There's a lot to be determined, but if that were to come to pass, would that mean widening? Because for those of you who don't know, it's on Shelby Road or Cass, just at the Utica city limits. But is that something where you would widen Shelby Road? I mean, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
No, not really. The necessity for widening Cass Avenue would not be there. The part about City Hall is we don't have that many visitors to City Hall on a daily basis that would impact the traffic flow on Cass. We would have police officers responding from this location, but the good thing about our police department is we come to you. There's no real necessity to have people come to City Hall, and it's becoming less and less of a destination for folks because people are paying their water bills online, they're paying their taxes online.
Sure, but devil's advocate would say that combined with the dog park, combined with Jimmy John's Field, which we'll talk about in a second, kind of equals maybe some more traffic. I mean, is that even a possibility down the line if you get more traffic?
Okay, well, we have two other inlets, which would be Hahn Street and Chappeton, which are streets that would be south of the main drive from City Hall. So you have plenty of egress and ingress egress into the municipal complex and the park as well. So it still wouldn't really serve to widen those roads or even change the traffic pattern.
That's the other thing that's been in the news recently is the agreement you have with General Sports. What was the agreement and how's that going to change?
So there's three parcels. There's parcel A, B, and C. A being where the ballpark rests. B is, so if you pan further to the left and south, the ballpark rests on parcel A. And as you go east from there, you will find that there's parcel B, which is the main parking lot, the northern end of the parking lot. And that's it. Yep. And if you keep panning to your left, you'll see that's parcel B. And then that darker portion right there on the south side near the road is parcel C, like Charlie. That parcel right there was agreed upon between GSC and the city to have a development built upon it. Originally, it was going to be a mixed-use parcel, which is going to have lower-level commercial and upper-level residential.
That's what we're looking at right there, right?
Yep.
That to the bottom left of your screen.
Yep, and for us, where those cars are parked, that is parcel B, where the parking will remain. And going up to the top of the screen is parcel C. That's the one that's going to be for sale. Now, GSC has agreed to build a 7,000 square foot building there, and right now it's going to be ideally medical or office building. And it's going to fit within the downtown district as well as far as the appeal and the facade, being that it is in the historical district. Right now, we're looking at having to match some of the other buildings in the downtown district. So between Jimmy John's Field being developed and the new municipal complex that we could develop, and the other idea of having Jimmy John's Field or General Sports Entertainment developing a new medical center building on the north side of Auburn and the east side of the river also sparks new energy and excitement into our city. So hopefully we find some investors that have an interest in bringing their interest to Utica, and we've been approached by other interests as well. There was a hotel chain that came to us and said they have an interest in developing, as well as a private e-commerce business. They said that they like these properties as well. So there's opportunity here to develop something real nice.
Are you afraid that the footprint of Utica, the downtown look, might disintegrate because of these changes?
I don't see anything changing that's a negative here. If anything, we're quaint and we're small, but people aren't coming here as like, hey, let's go to Utica this weekend. They're going to Rochester because they have walkable downtown. They have shops. They have unique boutique shops and restaurants. Here we have a few places, but really we're a town full of bars. Let's bring something to Utica that gives people a reason to come here. So we got the ballpark. Now we have this attraction. We really need to capitalize on what we're doing, and I think very strongly some development here in the downtown district could really bolster not only our taxable income on some of these commercial properties, but also give us a renewed sense of energy and revitalize the area. Okay.
And that leads me to something else that we're looking at. For a long time, the old post office, graffiti over there was a big problem, and of course underneath a couple of the overpasses near the walkways there's some graffiti going on. But something on a positive note as far as art, talk to me about the city's agreement with businesses for murals. What is this about?
So we've had some interest in art here in Utica the last handful of years, and it kind of sparked the interest having from our tunnel near the Jack McKay Noonan River Walk Park, and also known as Memorial Park. Every year, some artists come in, and some great artists come in, and they paint, and it's kind of tagging art or spray paint art. They do a great job, but every so often also these kids come in and they kind of write inappropriate words or symbols over it, and so they ruin some of the art in there. So what we decided to do is bring some art and some culture to the downtown district, as many other municipalities have. So we became inspired and thought we should bring some art and some culture into downtown Utica. We have this great asset and give something back to the city where people can really appreciate having some real neat art, in the city.
Oh, you can't talk about what's going on in Utica without talking about what's going on at Jimmy John's Field. Season 4 is about to start, right?
Yep, that's right.
What should we expect from this year down at Jimmy John's Field?
Well, per usual, they do a great job over there. They draw large crowds. They have it's the best thing about that for me. And I take my kids there, and you can get in, grab a lawn seat for $6. You get in the stands for $20. The prices are reasonable for the food. Concessions are great, and they just do a great job. They're bringing a family, real easy, family-friendly entertainment there. Andy Appleby is the owner, CEO of the company, and he's even out there. You'll see him out there after games or even during game time, pulling weeds, shaking hands. I mean, just a real icon as far as someone that's actually invested in their property, invested in their dream, and he doesn't just talk it; he actually works it.
All right, so here's another tough question. What should people expect from you as the mayor and the city of Utica over the next 2 years?
Well, the first thing I ask people to do is hold me accountable. You know, if you see something wrong, call my office, email me. You know, but otherwise, speak up, say something. If you see something, say something. If it's bothering you, then come to me with it, or come to one of our department heads. Don't just sit there on the internet and on Facebook and start bad-mouthing the city or bad-mouthing me. And you're certainly welcome to do that, but give me the chance to fix the problem. If you have a concern, simply email me. It creates a public record, first of all, and I'm task-oriented, so as email comes in, I'll answer the email and we'll set up a meeting.
Anything else you want to tell the residents of Utica and residents of Macomb County?
We have a small footprint here in Utica, but we cast a really large shadow. Utica's a great little town. I encourage you to not only visit here, but consider living here. We have world-class schools, great shopping, excellent restaurants. We got 6 major hotel chains. We're in the Utica Community School District. We've got a progressive council that's working out, developing things right now. So, Ron, I appreciate the opportunity to do the interview.
No problem. So in 2 years, are we going to see city buildings on that property right there?
I'm hoping that we will. Again, it's up to the people. If they like the idea, great. If they don't, well, then we'll give them something else to think about. But there's no doing without the approval of our residents.
Yeah, don't complain about it. Say something about it. You can come to a city council meeting. They can contact you, the mayor. You can reach him at that email right there on the screen. One final question. You got to take this off for the question because I got to look into your eyes because, you know, they say that politicians, you know, they're not always honest. So I know you're honest. And I'm just going to prove it because some people might not know this, but when I was in high school, and you know this, we've talked about this, you and your brother took an intramural basketball class at Epler, or not at Epler, but at Wiley.
Wiley, yep.
So my question to you is, did my skills as a basketball coach, did that have anything to do with you being mayor of Utica?
Yeah, I don't know how I could have gotten this job had I not been able to take your class at Wiley Elementary. So, I mean, they're directly correlated. Without the excellent basketball skills and the coaching, who knows who would have been mayor.
I think you would have been fine. Thanks for joining us, Mayor.
Thanks, Ron. I appreciate it always.
Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the premiere episode of Bird's Eye Interview. Mayor Thom Dionne. If you like this video, hit that like icon, share it with your friends. Also, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe there, hit that bell notification button so you're notified when I make future videos. We're going to bring the drone down. And of course, go to my website, ronrobinsonstudios.com. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Ron.